The Johannesburg sun was high, the streets were crowded, and a man was being watched. Not by fans, but by professionals. The CCTV footage doesn't lie. It shows a chilling public execution. DJ Warras, a man who built a life on sound and influence, was gunned down in a hail of bullets in the heart of the city. This was not a crime of passion. This was a corporate decision, carried out with cold, terrifying efficiency. And the most unsettling question isn't who pulled the trigger, but who in the shadows paid for it. Let's break down the footage, frame by agonizing frame. A man with dreadlocks approaches. His movements are deliberate, unhurried. There is no panic, no frenzy. This is a man clocking in for work. He pulls out a firearm and fires multiple shots at close range. This is the definition of overkill, a message written in gunpowder and blood. What does it say that such an act can happen in the middle of the afternoon, surrounded by people? Then, the escape. They didn't run. They walked. They strolled away from the lifeless body of a public figure as if they had just finished a casual meeting. This arrogance is a trademark. It tells you they were utterly confident in their planning, in their escape routes, and in the system's inability to catch them. How many eyes watched them simply walk away? The props in this horror show are telling. One suspect was dressed in something resembling a security uniform. This is psychological warfare. It's a disguise meant to blend in, to lower the victim's guard in his final moments. It mocks the very concept of safety. When the symbol of protection becomes the harbinger of death, what does that do to our trust in anything we see? Nothing was taken. Not his wallet, not his watch, not even the firearm he carried for his own protection. This detail is crucial. It transforms the act from a robbery into a pure, unadulterated termination. The target was not his possessions, but his future, his voice, his influence. What did he know, or what was he trying to do, that was worth more than any item on his person? The location is not an accident. Zambesi House, a building he co-owned, a building reportedly riddled with unauthorized occupants, so-called hijacked buildings. These are not simply dilapidated structures. They are sovereign territories for criminal syndicates, generating massive, untaxed revenue. To challenge that revenue stream is to declare war. Was DJ Warras' death the price of attempting to reclaim order from chaos? Let's talk about the timing. December 16th. A public holiday in South Africa. The streets were busy, but formal oversight might have been lighter. The hitmen capitalized on the atmosphere of distraction, of celebration. They used the crowd as their camouflage. This level of planning speaks to intelligence, to reconnaissance. How long had they been tracking his movements, learning his habits, waiting for this perfect window? The cartridges left behind. A possible oversight or a signature. In the world of contract killings, sometimes evidence is left not out of carelessness, but as a calling card, a show of contempt for the forensic process. Or perhaps it was a calculated diversion, pointing to a weapon meant to mislead. Every detail on that pavement is a sentence in a story we're still learning. Now consider the broader landscape. This is not an isolated incident. It is a footnote in a grim, ongoing saga. The murder of private security boss Marius van der Westhuizen just 11 days prior. A string of high-profile DJ assassinations over the past 5 years. DJ City Lights, DJ Vintos, DJ Somebody. A pattern emerges, not of random violence, but of a systematic pruning of influential figures in specific industries. What connects the world of nightlife entertainment to the world of private security? The answer may lie in a whispered name: the B5 cartel. A nexus of organized crime allegedly infiltrating law enforcement, politics, and the private security sector. A consignment of cocaine worth 200 million rand stolen from a police safe in Port Shepstone. Drugs that, according to police testimony, ended up in Johannesburg and sparked a bloody war over the missing merchandise. Is the entertainment industry just a glamorous front for a much darker, more lucrative trade? Think about the economics. A hijacked building is a goldmine. You collect rent from desperate people, provide no services, and pay no taxes. A private security company can be a vessel for moving money, for providing muscle, for controlling territory. And the nightlife scene? The perfect place to launder profits and build a legitimate public persona. When these worlds collide, the stakes are astronomical. Was DJ Warras operating at this dangerous intersection? The police have a strategy, they say. They arrest individuals on smaller charges to keep them in custody while building the larger, more complex case. It's a game of legal chess. His sister asked for space for the police to work, for an end to speculation. But silence is the ally of those who orchestrate these crimes. Speculation, public anger, relentless attention. These are the pressures that can sometimes shake a tree loose. Is our respectful silence actually a form of compliance? The hitmen walked. They are likely already being paid for their next job. The masterminds, the ones who drew the crosshairs on a map and transferred the payment, are probably sitting in a comfortable office or enjoying a lavish meal. So, what is the motive? It's likely not one thing, but a confluence. A property dispute threatening syndicate income. Commentary on a sensitive commission. Competition in the security industry. In the high-stakes underworld, these are all valid reasons for a death sentence. The motive is profit, plain and simple. The silencing of a voice that threatened a revenue stream. As the investigation unfolds, they will follow the ballistic evidence, the CCTV trails, the financial records. But will they ever reach the person in the shadowy boardroom who gave the final nod? Or will they stop at the foot soldiers, the replaceable instruments of a much larger machine? DJ Warras's grandmother taught him to cultivate land, to build something from nothing. He took that lesson and built a life in media and business. His killers operate on a different principle. They don't build, they take. They don't cultivate, they extinguish. This is the fundamental war playing out on our streets. The video will circulate. The news cycle will move on. But the infrastructure that enabled this killing remains intact. The hijacked buildings, the corrupt networks, the flow of dirty money through legitimate businesses. Until that infrastructure is dismantled, the names of the victims will just keep changing. This is more than a murder. It's a diagnostic. A stark X-ray showing the fractures in our society's bones. It reveals the metastasis of organized crime into the very marrow of our economy and our institutions. The question now is, having seen the image, do we have the will to begin the painful treatment? Or will we just file it away and wait for the next, even clearer picture? What mundane detail from the CCTV footage did you find the most chilling? If the motive was indeed linked to a hijacked building, what does that say about the power of these syndicates? Do you believe the walking away was a sign of confidence or a specific tactical choice? Can a public figure ever truly be safe from this level of target?